What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the third episode of the Last Resort Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 Park Build. Yeah. So this video is gonna be just kind of building on what I built in the last two. So obviously I went ahead and the first video was the park entrance, and then the second I went ahead and added just like a little boardwalk area, and now I'm just kind of expanding to the top of this little hill right here. And probably the next episode we'll go ahead and open the park and let people inside and let people ride some rides. So far we have a merry-go-round, and then at the end of this episode I built a roller coaster finally. Built a looping coaster. But yeah, so I think I mentioned in the first video that, or maybe the second, that this park is now going to be called Last Resort because I had a great suggestion from Kenneth. He said that he suggested the name Last Resort, so I thought that's a really good idea. And because it's called Last Resort, I thought, well, let's add a little resort. Let's add like a hotel. I thought that would be a smart idea. And logically, the best place to have it would be at the top of this little hill right here. I don't know if you can necessarily say it's a mountain, but it's, you know, a large hill at the top of on the largest island on this map. So went ahead and did that. So this took quite a while to kind of figure out exactly how I was going to do it. I wasn't quite sure what the actual style was going to be, or what it was going to look like, or what, you know, how I was going to make it look appropriate. I've done hotels in the past. It's just a long, painstaking process because you're just kind of placing the same thing over and over again. You know, you're just placing windows, placing doors, and adding a few decorations. It's just it's a long process. So this hotel, I guess I'll spoil it, is going to be called the Jungle Hotel, just because it's going to be sort of in this jungle-themed, heavy forest area. But if you think you have a better name for it, I'm always open to suggestions. So if you think you got a cool name, then make sure to leave that in the comments down below. I read all my comments. So basically, I really wanted to go ahead and focus in on using custom scenery as usual. This is mostly custom scenery. I think there's maybe just a couple of pieces that are NCSO, but for the most part, it's mostly custom doors and windows, and the actual wall itself is a piece of custom scenery as well. And like I said, this is going to be a lot of just me putting windows and doors all over these walls. And it's truthfully the always the most painstaking part is when you decide to add in like add in a hotel or a large building of some kind. That's the thing that's always going to take the longest, because you have to painstakingly place piece after piece after piece to get it to look the way that you want it, and it just takes a long time. So this did take a while, but once I kind of got the design down, and once I figured out which doors I was using, which windows I was using, how big it was going to be, it kind of came together at the end there. So this is pretty much it. I went with this kind of brown theme. I thought that would blend into this little area. When I get done with this area, it's going to have a lot of trees, a lot of foliage, a lot of stuff like that. So hopefully it'll be kind of hidden in the brush a little bit. So I thought this would look appropriate for that. And the goal is, hopefully in the next video, I will go ahead and add in a sort of monorail station that will kind of offload guests into the entrance of this building, and that can lead guests to and from the rest of the park. If guests start getting stuck up here, then I might have to make another path down, but I thought, a monorail up to the resort seemed like a cool idea. I'm getting a lot of this from the Incredibles movie, where he's brought in that monorail into that volcano, and you know what? I was like, that looks kind of neat. Let's do something like that. So I'm going to be adding a monorail in the next video for sure. I tried to do it in this one, but I just kind of ran out of time. I thought a 30-minute video would take a little bit too long, so especially just because it took so long to build a coaster. You're going to see multiple tries at it where I built something and I was like, this looks okay, but it's not what I want, and you know. And I also wanted to, I realized I didn't have nearly as much space as I thought I did, so I'm going to be trying to kind of be a little bit more conservative with how much space I take up in this park, because, you know, originally I was like, oh, I can build this giant coaster around the hotel, and then realized, wait a minute, that means I have so little space left for anything else. So I went ahead and chose a looping coaster to build something a little bit smaller, similar design, but just something that would be, you know, appropriately that would fit into the theme of this park. And this roller coaster is going to be called Poseidon. I thought that was just kind of I keep mistakenly calling there's a roller coaster in, I believe it's Texas, it's Six Flags Fiesta, that's called Poltergeist, and I keep accidentally calling it Poseidon. So I was like, you know what, this can be Poseidon, because it's the ocean. It makes sense. So and it also kind of fits into the colors will fit into the theme with the foliage and stuff. It's gonna be blue and green, and that'll make sense for where this coaster's located and all of that. So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this took a long time. Like, I had to kind of figure out how I was gonna put this whole thing together, and it took a while, but eventually I did come up with something that I was mostly happy with. I might mess around with it when I in the next video, but for now I thought this would be pretty cool. As you can see, I went with sort of a green and blue theme to it, and you know, it's right down by the water, but it's also in this sort of greenery area with a lot of foliage and a lot of trees, which will be coming later, and that's probably the first thing I'm gonna do when I get into the next video. But like I said, for now I thought let's go ahead and build our first coaster, and hopefully in the next video we can open the park. Obviously 3 episodes without opening the park even is a lot, so let's go ahead and let's open this sucker up next time. Obviously I've already filmed this and I can't yet, but you guys get it. So I really just wanted to make a theme for this building that was just that blended in as much as possible. So I thought a white theme, white and blue and green were kind of the most appropriate colors for an oceanside roller coaster that also happens to be near some grassy green stuff, if that makes sense. So the hard part was kind of trying to figure out how I was gonna put the station together was a challenge as well, because I realized partway through this that I was like, man, this is I kind of made the station platform a little odd looking, like it's just a weird design in terms of the way it's laid out, but I think this turned out okay. I think, you know, it has room for improvement, but for now I can live with it. One thing that I meant to do was add in some of the Roman poles, but they honestly don't fit very well underneath this roof. That was something that I dealt with as well. And here's something that I thought would look cooler than it did was I wanted to add in these sort of spires, but I didn't like the way that looked. I got rid of them. But if you like it, then let me know. Let me know if I should keep those, because I mean, it's just I just wasn't sure about them. I just wasn't sure. But again, let me know if you think I should keep those. I kind of like them, looking back at the footage. But yeah, anyway, so this was pretty much just kind of like adding in some small details, you know, just adding in those little small pieces of the station platform and all of that. I just wanted to get all of this squared away. The coaster's around a 5 excitement and intensity, maybe a 6 if I remember correctly, so it's kind of in mid-range. You know, it's kind of the first thing you see when you walk in is this coaster's very tall, but that's because it goes up the hill and it kind of crisscrosses around the mountain. So that was sort of the idea with this one. And I try to add in some block sections because because it actually is able to, even though the station platform isn't very long, it does hold 2 cars, so I thought that would be pretty appropriate. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe for more Rollercoaster Tycoon content. And otherwise, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.